Please don't leave!
Hey everyone, this is Ant Canavan and it's story time. Oh, that's cheesy, that's horrendous. Okay, so a few days ago, I was over at my friend's house. Now, I don't have normal friends. My friends own simulation companies, they own canine training companies, they train military and police dogs. So I was over there, and as you know, I'm a crisis actor. So what that means is the emergency services employ people like me, to simulate kind of disaster scenarios. So car wrecks, collapsed buildings, earthquakes, all that sort of stuff. And then they send in their real medics, police, fire services to rescue me, and I have to simulate injuries such as broken bones, mass hemorrhages, seizures, all that sort of stuff, and they go in there and they practice their skills so that when they go out into the real world they've got that muscle memory, they've got the shock factors a little bit less because they've kind of gone through a realistic situation in their training. So what we were doing, we were putting together a scenario whereby one of the dogs would vault over a fence. I'd be on the other side of it with a gun. Before the dog would go in there, we'd put the smoke in, we'd put a flashbang in, and then the dog would go in. So there's a lot going on. The dog needs to get used to being exposed to loud bangs, smoke, lots of shouting. Now I was wearing a covert sleeve. To describe how this looks, it's like a cricket pad. So have you ever seen someone playing cricket? They've got those pads on their legs when they're up to bat, except this was round my forearm and it's stitched up on the inside with a bunch of laces. And this is where things kind of got a little bit wrong. So Richard had been training the dog to go over the fence into smoke and then retrieve a ball. Now what I'd done is I'd set up 4 cameras to capture this, 1 Steadicam and 3 static cameras, and it would pick up the action. We'd put together a sweet little video and I would share it with you guys and it would look awesome and you'd be like, wow Ant, you're so cool. And I am cool, but this isn't the video that I wanted to share. This is a video that kind of says, safety first kids, because if you kind of don't put that at the forefront of what you're doing, things can go wrong. Which is kind of what happened this time around. So Vicky was there, Richard there, and Danny, who is my wife, was there. She was the Steadicam operator. We ran it once, the dog went over the fence looking for this ball, and I was there to be taken down. I had a gun and my pad underneath my jacket, and he was meant to bite on. It didn't happen that way. He came over, I was stood there, but he went looking for his ball. So we reset while the smoke was still going. We were ready to just go straight into the next one, quick reset and capture it again. Last rehearsal before we were going to do it all properly for real. So this time round the dog goes over the fence. I'm there waiting in a position that's probably a bit low. I should have had my arm a little bit higher, and the dog has come over the top of the pad and one of the canine teeth has pierced about half an inch into my forearm, which our safe word is for real. So I call out for real twice. Immediately everyone stops what we're doing, the dog lets go straight away, everything is stopped, and we assess the injury. So I strip off, and then sure enough there's this nice little puncture wound in my forearm that's now starting to bleed. So we end the exercise, we treat it, we get a bandage on it, and it's obviously I've got to go to the hospital. So I get into the car, Danny's going to drive me to the hospital. So this is about 30 minutes after the initial bite has happened, and as we are leaving where we are, we're in North Wales, the middle of nowhere. I get to the bottom of the drive and I can feel myself going faint. I know I'm going to pass out. Shock is happening. My adrenaline has worn off and my body's just like, it's time to sleep now, Ant. So I say to Danny, I'm about to pass out. She hits the road, just normally. We're driving to the hospital, it's about 20 minutes away. As I pass out, my eyes roll into the back of my head and I start convulsing, start going, you know, having a bit of a wobbly. I don't know if I made that noise. I assume I did. I assume that's the sort of noise I would make if I was convulsing in a state of shock. But Danny pulls over, and as she pulls over onto the side of the road, I feel like I've been asleep for about 20 minutes and we've just arrived at the hospital. So as she stops the car again, I wake up. I look around, I'm disorientated, I'm like, are we at the hospital? Where are we? What's going on? She's on the phone to an ambulance, because I have no idea any of this has happened to me. I look over at her and I go, oh, I've had a little sleep. That's when she tells me, I haven't had a sleep, I've had a fit. And she's on the phone, she's dialed 999 and she's getting an ambulance for me. As it turns out, because we're in the middle of nowhere, it would have taken longer for the ambulance to get to us than it would for us to get to the hospital. So the dispatcher says, get yourself to the hospital, and sort yourselves out. A nurse will call you. Got bit by a dog. Training. Passed out. Fitted apparently. On the phone to the ambulance. Just gonna have a little sleep. Don't lose sleep. I think you're remaining calm under pressure, mate. You're doing well. Doing really well. Anyway, ambulance will be here in a bit. Maybe. In the middle of Wales. That's injury update. So, where were we before? Well, it's 15 minutes ago. And lost consciousness. And had a fit. Danny reckons I had a fit. I said, are you sure I'm not just fit?
No, it wasn't actually fit.
And so let's check the wound, and sure enough, the blood's making its way to the surface now. So hopefully, when I get triaged, they'll sort that out. Replace my bandage, maybe stop it bleeding. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Look at that thing of beauty that is. My beautiful forearms. Oh. I hope I don't have any nerve damage. This is my good right hand. I really am quite.
What are you doing?
I haven't passed out, I'm just messing. Don't joke around with that stuff. So we drive 20 minutes to the hospital and I don't pass out again. Everything seems to be okay. Which is fortunate, I suppose. Anyway, we go to Wrexham Hospital. And I turn up with this field dressing, which is now starting to ooze blood through it, which is great, looks amazing. But the thing is, I don't get seen for about an hour and a half by anyone. I check in with reception, I go, look at this, look at my wound, look at my forearm, I've been bitten by a dog, I've already passed out once, need help. Hour and a half, not seen by anyone. Now I'm in a waiting room, right? I'm in a waiting room in A&E and I'm surrounded by people that have got the fucking sniffles. Honestly, I'm looking around, I'm like, half the people in this waiting room do not need to be here. What are you doing? If you're in A&E with a bit of a runny nose and a tickly throat, fuck off out of there. Think about it, people. You were stopping me from getting seen. I've passed out from shock. I passed out from shock and you're there waiting for a fucking Calpol or whatever it is you need. It really pissed me off. Hello there. So, little update on what's going on. So in Wrexham Hospital, been here for an hour and 20 minutes, about that, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, let's have a look at the wound. I haven't even been seen yet. No one's seen me. My forearm looks like this. So I'm bleeding through, Danny. It's bad news. So, anyway, that's just a quick update. Oh no, the police have arrived. Oh, I've got a dog bite. What's happening? Anyway, after about an hour and a half, I got seen, and the nurse took my blood pressure, changed the field dressing, so put a new bandage on, and I said, how long is it going to take? She wanted to do x-rays. She told me I needed a tetanus jab. She told me I needed the wound properly cleaning and checked out, and I need to be prescribed drugs, antibiotics. I said, how long is it going to take? She said, hours. It's going to take hours. And I'm like, well, it's taken an hour and a half to get seen, and my arm is literally oozing blood all over your waiting room. I might as well go somewhere where I know I'll be treated a little bit better. So I went over to Liverpool, went to Aintree Hospital, and yeah, got myself seen there, got myself checked out. Injury update. So, after an hour
Please turn left after 100 yards onto Croisnaworth Road.
Sorry.
Now turn left.
After an hour and 45 minutes at Wrexham Hospital, I finally got triaged, got my dressing changed, out of that field dressing and into this field dressing, still not sorted. Decided to sack off Wrexham because that's way too long to wait just to get triaged. So we're going to go over to Liverpool because they know how to treat people. I think this is just a retaliation for the Countess of Chester not treating Welsh people. I think that's all it is. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't really have an opinion on this because I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Anyway, heading over to Liverpool, go to one of those hospitals, but first, I'm starving, mate. I did need a tetanus jab, and well, I'm going to stop talking at this point. Just watch these videos. This is the story of the treatment after getting the dog bite. I'm needle phobic, so you're probably going to laugh at that, but here that is. Okay, dudes, super quick update. It's what is it, about 2:30, Danny? 2:10. 2:10 at the hospital. The dressing is off. This is what it looks like now. If you're squeamish, look away.
You said that too late.
Too late. If you're squeamish, you've seen it. Too late. Anyway, chances are I'm going to need a tetanus shot because I've done this thing and it turns out I'm not immune to tetanus. Who'd have thought? Anyway, Dad's going to film me getting a needle and I'm going to pass out.
Okay, so what's happening, Ant?
So I had a little test to see if I did need a tetanus jab with a booster. And I was sure I've had a tetanus jab a few years ago when I worked on the cruise ship, about 6-7 years ago. They did a test and it turns out whatever I had, it wasn't a tetanus booster, it was probably heroin or something, and now I need to have a tetanus booster. I'm not looking forward to this because I'm shit scared of needles. I said it, you're happy. Okay, where's it going, in the arm? You say that, but...
Don't look at it. Don't look at it.
So there you go, that is the story of me getting bitten by a dog and then me getting treated by the NHS for that bite. Could have gone a bit smoother in both cases, but lessons were there to be learnt, and then next time we go through or a scenario rehearsal and all that sort of stuff, we've learned things from what went wrong this time, which is the important thing. Don't make the same mistakes twice. And always, always, always think safety first. Because if you just want to crack on and do things, you miss something that probably is a preventable accident. Now, if you like this video, thank you very much for watching, first of all. I love you for that. But if you liked the video, click like. If you didn't like the video, click dislike. If you wanted to say anything, leave a comment. The important thing is interact with this video, because if you just watch it and don't click like or don't leave a comment or don't do anything, YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or wherever you're watching this will think, they watched it but they didn't interact with it, so it must be a bit shit, so we won't share it with anyone else. And the algorithm just stops this going out there, and I think it's quite interesting. So I'd love it if you could leave a comment, a like, a share, whatever, or if you want to share it directly with your friends and say, this is Ant, look at the crazy bastard and what he's up to. I'd really appreciate that as well. What I'd really appreciate even more though is if you subscribe to my channel and get more of these videos. The subscribe button is around somewhere, probably down here, if not down here, I don't know, it flips around these videos. You don't need to be told how to subscribe to a YouTube channel, it's very, very self-evident. But once again, thank you very much for watching, and more videos like this are going to be coming up, so keep your eyes peeled. Peace out. I love you. Most of you. Some of you don't love. Some haters will watch this and go, good, I'm glad he got bit. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, well, I get to play with dogs, so... Alright, I don't know what I'm talking about there, I'm just gonna leave. I'll go this way. Yeah, this way. I didn't leave, I'm still here.